Da 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 da! It's the adventures of Chem Girl and the problem of chemical bonds. Drawing the structure. Yay!
Hi guys! So you know how they talk about people having good chemistry together? Well, I sure know these atoms have a strong bond. Let's get right into the lesson. Okay, so we're going to start by drawing our Lewis structure, and we're just going to write 3 basic laws, which are count your electrons before you start, so you know how many you're going to have to draw after you draw the basic model. H can only have 2 electrons, so generally it's not going to have a lone pair because it'll use its one bond to bond to another atom. And finally, each atom needs 8 electrons, of course, besides hydrogen. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start drawing the structure, and this is going to be for CH3NH CH2COOH, and I will show you the bond for that in just a second after I finish drawing it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to count up all of the bonds I have, see how many extra electrons I have, and add lone pairs. Okay, so now we're going to start working on resonance, and this is how you're going to start. You're going to count your electrons again, and then you're going to draw the bond like you would the first one, except this time you notice that there's a double bond on one of the oxygens and the other 2 have a single bond, but it turns out you can do that on any of them. So there's 3 different ways you could draw this, and to show this you're going to draw each model, and then you're going to have arrows going to each of them to show that they all represent the same thing. Because in reality what's actually happening is they're all just sharing that double bond and it's continually circling around. But this is just to show that this is the different shapes you can use for them. And underneath that I am working on what to do if there is an extra electron in your atom, and we will take a closer look at that in just a second. Okay, so here's a closer look at what we just did. And as you can see, I have my work for counting electrons on the side, and you can see where I added to make sure that they got 8 bonds, and I checked to make sure that it was all correct. Okay. And here's the other side of it, and as you can tell, again, we started by counting our electrons. For SO3, we got 24, and this time what we're going to do to show the different ways that you can draw it is we draw the arrows, and that's how you know you're good. And then for when you have and negative charge, you're going to count your electrons and then add 1 more because you have 1 extra electron. You're going to draw your structure, and then you're going to leave it in brackets and then put a minus out to the side so people know that it has an extra electron and a negative charge. And now you're good. Now you know. I know that there's still so much to learn, but that's just the basics of what you need to know about bonds and how to draw them. I hope you have a good day. Bye!